commentary highlights of the two Nottingham Opens tournament semi-final matches. The two highlight commentaries of the semi-final matches on Diana Yastremska v Magda Linette and McCartney Kessler v Rebecca Shramkova. So Magda Linette serving net with a central serve on it. Diana Yastremska forehand return. Magda Linette then strikes a forehand to the left for a bit on it. Diana Yastremska backhand return centre. Then Magda Linette with a forehand to left, and Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand to right. Magda Linette returns a backhand to left, and Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand to the left for a bit on it. And then Magda Linette with a backhand return, then Diana Yastremska backhand return just over net, and Magda Linette onto it with a backhand short angle drop shot to the right from just by net, but it's just out. So Diana Yastremska with a serve centre to wide, then backhand to backhand. Diana Yastremska strikes a backhand to right beyond it. Magda Linette forehand returns right, and Diana Yastremska then strikes a backhand to the left, and it's a winner. Bit on that backhand strike to left from Diana Yastremska. Diana Yastremska serving on serve in the first set. With a serve. Diana Yastremska. Linette with a forehand struck to left with a bit on it, and it's a winner. 2-all on serve in the first set. Magda Linette serving 15-all, and Magda Linette with a serve. Magda Linette with a serve centre wide. Diana Yastremska strikes forehand return bit on it. Then Magda Linette returns and backhand to backhand. Then Diana Yastremska strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on it, and it's a so 15-30. Magda Linette serving 2-all on serve in the first set. Magda Linette with a central serve in it, and then Diana Yastremska strikes a forehand return to the right with a bit on it, and it's a forehand return winner ace from Diana Yastremska, 30-40, and break point for Diana Yastremska in the first set. Magda Linette with a wide serve. Diana Yastremska backhand return to central bit, and Magda Linette forehand to right bit. Diana Yastremska returns a forehand to left, and Magda Linette strikes forehand to right with a bit on it, but it's just out, and Diana Yastremska with a break in the first set. So Magda Linette's service game, 15-love. Magda Linette with a serve, wide serve on it. Diana Yastremska backhand block return, but then Magda Linette by the net with a forehand drive volley to the left, and it's a winner. So Diana Yastremska with a serve in the first set and serving 5-4. Diana Yastremska with a break, and it's 40 love. 3 set points for Diana Stremska. Diana Stremska with a central 7. Magdalene net strikes 5 and turns left. Diana Stremska. With a forehand lob return, and Magdalene net further forward, barring out with a backhand drive volley to the left, and it's a winner to save 1 set point. Another set point for Diana Stremska. Diana Stremska with a wide serve on it, and then Magdalene net with a forehand short angled return to the left, just out after a bit on the serve from Diana Stremska. Rather, game and first set, Diana Stremska 6-4. So start of the second set, Magdalene net serving 30-15. Magdalene net with a sensible serve, and Diana Stremska strikes a backhand return to the right with a bit on that, and it's a backhand return winner ace. 40-30. Magdalene net with a serve to the centre box, and then Diana Stremska rather strikes a forehand to the left on the return bit on it. Magdalene net backhand return to the centre, and Diana Stremska further forward strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on that, and it's a winner. Magdalene net with a serve wide. Diana Stremska forehand return bit on it, and Magdalene net forehand to right, and Diana Stremska backhand left, and Magdalene net backhand drop shot to the left, and Diana Stremska onto it with a backhand short angle drop shot to the right, but then Magdalene net on to Lynette with a serve, and then backhand to backhands with a bit on them, and Diana Stremska backhand to right, a bit on it, and Magdalene net forehand to left with a bit on it. But then Diana Stremska strikes a forehand to left with a bit on that, and it's a winner. Magdalene net with a point to potentially hold this service game. Magdalene net centre of the box serve. Diana Stremska strikes a backhand to left with a bit on that. Magdalene net backhand return to net, but then Diana Stremska just below net strikes a forehand to the right with a bit on it just after that, and it's a winner. Magdalene net with a point to potentially hold this service game at the start of the second set. Magdalene net central box serve, and then Diana Stremska strikes a forehand short angled return to left, and it's a forehand return winner ace. A bit on that forehand struck from Diana Stremska. Magdalene net with a wide serve. Diana Stremska strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on that, and it's a forehand return winner ace to the left. Break point, Diana Stremska at the start of the second set. Magdalene net with a serve to the centre. Diana Stremska forehand return to left bill net. Magdalene net backhand return to the centre just out, and Diana Stremska with a break in the second set. Magdalene net serving, and Magdalene net. Well, Diana Stremska struck a backhand return bit on it, but then Magdalene net returned it with a backhand and a winner with it to hold that service game. 5-4 Diana Stremska in the second set with a break and serving 15-0. And Diana Stremska with a serve to the central bit on it. Magdalene net backhand returns to the right bit on it, and Diana Stremska forehand serve, and Magdalene net forehand to the right, and right bit on it. Magdalene net returns. Sean, it's just over net. Turn to Diana Stremska shot and just over net, but then Diana Stremska just by net strikes a forehand to left with a bit on it, and it's a winner. 2 match points for Diana Stremska. 40-15. Diana Stremska the central serve, and Magdalene net backhand turn a bit on it, struck to right. Diana Stremska front central bit on it. Magdalene net backhand to right, and Diana Stremska front to the right with a bit on it. Magdalene net the central return bit on it, and Diana Stremska with forehand hits the top of net and over net. Then further forward, Magdalene net strikes a backhand to the right, just hits the net. Game, set and match. Diana Stremska by 2 sets to love, 6-4, 6-4. and Diana Stremska into the final of the Nottingham tournament. So start of this one, Rebecca Schramkova with the first service game in the match. Rebecca Schramkova with a centre box serve and a forehand structure right with a bit on it from McCartney Kessler. Rebecca Schramkova forehand turn stuff and McCartney Kessler strikes a angle forehand to the right with a bit on it, and it's a winner. So love 15. Rebecca Schramkova with a centre wide serve bit on it. McCartney Kessler returns a bit on it, forehand to forehand, and then Rebecca Schramkova strikes a backhand to the right with a bit on it, and a winner with it. 30-all. Rebecca Schramkova with a central serve. McCartney Kessler strikes a backhand return to the centre bit on it, and forehand Rebecca Schramkova, and then McCartney Kessler strikes a backhand to the right with a bit on it, and it's a winner. Break point. McCartney Kessler 30-40. Rebecca Schramkova central serve. McCartney Kessler forehand bottom turn centre. Rebecca Schramkova strikes a forehand to the right, and it's a winner. Saves break point. So McCartney Kessler service game, and McCartney Kessler with a serve. McCartney Kessler with a wide serve, and then Rebecca Schramkova. McCartney Kessler with a backhand to right, hit the top of net and over net and in for a winner. So McCartney Kessler serving on serve in the first set, 30-15, and McCartney Kessler with a serve. McCartney Kessler with a serve. Send Schramkova forehand return to centre a bit on it, and then McCartney Kessler shot return, and Rebecca Schramkova forehand to the right, then McCartney Kessler strikes backhand left on it. Rebecca Schramkova then with backhand to right, and then McCartney Kessler then strikes a bit of a short angled backhand to left, and it's a winner with a bit on that shot from McCartney Kessler. So 2-all on serve. In the first set, Rebecca Schramkova serving, and Rebecca Schramkova with a serve. McCartney Kessler back. Rebecca Schramka, backhand drop shot at McCartney Kessler onto it, forehand side shot to the left. And then Rebecca Schramka, a backhand, short angle, backhand passing shot to the right, and it's a winner. McCartney Kessler with a breaker serve in the first set. 5-4 McCartney Kessler serving with a break in the first set and 40 love. So 3 set points for McCartney Kessler. McCartney Kessler with a central prime return to the left, just out. Game and first set. McCartney Kessler 6-4. So start of the second set. Rebecca Schramkova serving, love 15. Rebecca Schramkova centre serve building. McCartney Kessler front hand centre building. And forehand. And then Rebecca Schramkova strikes the forehand to left for a bit on it. McCartney Kessler backhand return to left for a bit on it and a winner with it. Good return that from McCartney Kessler. 30-40 break point for McCartney Kessler at the start of the second set. Rebecca Schramkova centre box, centre wide serve, and then backhand return from McCartney Kessler and backhand drop shots there from Rebecca Schramkova. And then McCartney Kessler onto it by the net with a backhand slice shot to the centre. Lob shot from Rebecca Schramkova to the centre, backhand over McCartney Kessler, but just out. And McCartney Kessler with a break in the second set. So McCartney Kessler serving with a break in the second set. 30 love. And McCartney Kessler with a serve. The central box building. Rebecca Schramkova forehand return, backhand drop serve from McCartney Kessler building. Rebecca Schramkova returns to backhand from McCartney. Rebecca strikes a forehand to right, hits the top of net, and over and in for a winner. 30-15. McCartney Kessler with a central serve in it. Rebecca Schramkova forehand slice down to the right, and a bit further forward. McCartney Kessler strikes a forehand to the right, and it's a winner. So McCartney Kessler a break in the second set, and Rebecca Schramkova serving, but it's 15-40 on this Rebecca Schramkova service game, so maybe potentially 2 breaks, maybe, for McCartney Kessler in the second set. Rebecca Schramkova over centre box 7, and McCartney Kessler strikes a forehand to left for a bit on it on that return, and then Rebecca Schramkova backhand side serve, but then further forward, McCartney Kessler strikes a forehand to the left, and it's a winner. So McCartney Kessler with 2 breaks of serve in the second set, and McCartney Kessler with a serve. A bit of forehand to forehand in that point, and then on the last shot of the point, McCartney Kessler further forward strikes a backhand to the left for a bit on it, and it's a winner. McCartney Kessler central serve. 4-1 McCartney Kessler with 2 breaks in the second set. Central serve by Rebecca Schramkova returns. Shot centre then McCartney Kessler strikes a forehand to the left, and it's a winner. 15 love. McCartney Kessler with a wide serve, and then backhand to backhand. And backhand struck to the right with a bit on it, and it's a win. So 5-2 McCartney Kessler with 2 breaks in the second set and serving. McCartney Kessler with a serve to centre. Then Rebecca Schramkova strikes the backhand for a bit on it. McCartney Kessler forehand to the right and backhand to backhand. Forehand to left from Rebecca Schramkova. McCartney Kessler returns to forehand. And then Rebecca Schramkova strikes a forehand to left for a bit on it. McCartney Kessler returns it. Rebecca Schramkova further forward strikes a backhand to right bit. And McCartney Kessler forehand slice down centre. Rebecca Schramkova forehand to the right. And then McCartney Kessler strikes a forehand to the left. And then Rebecca Schramkova strikes a forehand to the left. Just hits the net. 40-15, 2 match points for McCartney Kessler. McCartney Kessler central serve. And then Rebecca Schramkova strikes a backhand turn to right. And then McCartney Kessler strikes a forehand to the right. Rebecca Schramkova returns, and McCartney Kessler forehand to left. Then Rebecca Schramkova with a forehand to the right, just out. Game, set, and match. McCartney Kessler by 2 sets to love, 6-4, 6-2.
Oh, does she? Right.